All right, and then in post, I'm just gonna need you to put the just all subtitles while it's just the silence.
Gotcha. Yeah. And we'll just do it super fast. You barely even read it.
Ooh. No, I was thinking the Disney bouncing ball so that they do it with us.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast.
I loved actually
so that they're saying it.
I'll see if I can get AI to do it, but we'll do it in a completely different language, like Mandarin or something.
I'm gonna veto anything of the Asian. I think it needs to be something that like.
Sorry, Cliff. I didn't realize. No, my bad.
Spanish would be too easy, you know, but something where it could be like
German.
You know, you could almost follow. Now, see, that's another one. It's too angry and too yelling.
German's super easy. German's like
Italian.
Italian's. Yeah, Italian's a little bit on the Spanish side.
Yeah, you know,
no,
like Spanish would be too easy. Like no puedes quiero más. Like it can't be that.
How about
especially us are too used to it? Italian's just like a little or like Portuguese.
Or how about it'll be in English, but it like heavy Irish accent.
Okay. Here it is. Either Gaelic or Inuit, just like traditional Inuit.
Yeah, just really unrecognizable words.
The real Native Americans. Fuck you, Cherokee.
Welcome in, everyone, to a new week, new exciting week. Is it exciting? What's going?
I don't know. I thought you were leading with something.
No, man. I am excited.
An exciting week of nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Not a damn thing. I played games with friends the other day. That was exciting. And then you bailed on us.
Listen, our dear friend Sean.
Yeah. Okay. I'm so interested. Yeah. What happened? Did you talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He messaged me.
I know. Yeah.
He messaged me while I was at work, and he's like, "Brad, I'm hurt. I think I fucked up." I was like, "What?" He's like, "I can't bend my knee." I was like, "Doesn't sound good." Like he starts like going through like symptoms and stuff with me, and I was like, "Oh, it sounds like it could be ACL or PCL." Like just like everything you're describing doesn't sound great. You should definitely baby it. He's like, I have work tomorrow. I was like, you should definitely skip that.
Yeah.
Definitely like not be walking around on it. Baby it as much as you can. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
And then I ran over. Sometimes in Reading, I probably would have been able to do it.
Sneak them in.
But sometimes No. I was looking to see because sometimes they just have like just stacks of like braces and shit.
Got you.
That you can just kind of like, I'll take this with me. But no say at El Sutter. So I on my way out, I stopped by like Target. I just found like the best brace that would give him like stabilization and stuff. Got caught in traffic, got caught in fucking like by the time I'm like headed out, going through like Folsom and everything like that to go up to Cameron Park, it's
super late.
30.
Yeah.
In everybody's on the road. I'm like, oh my God, I just got home way late.
Yeah. So he said that he was working out or whatever, and he felt like he's like, I don't know what I did, but I felt like it's just a twinge, and then like now it's just like it's swollen and I can't walk on it and it hurts.
Squats and lunges, and I was like, well, if you don't stretch enough, like
dude.
What if you don't stretch at all?
Yeah.
Too old for that shit.
Yeah, dude, we are way too old for that.
Everybody thought I was joking when we were helping you move. When I was stretching, I would have died if not. I was almost dead afterwards.
I have to stretch,
even with the stretching.
like just like do like natural like bending and squatting and stretching before I go to take a shit.
You know, the Japanese don't sound so fucking crazy anymore.
Mm-mm.
You know, tentacle porn aside, the fact that like office buildings, like hey, before we work, everybody goes out and does like stretches and
Yeah,
stuff
I swear to
together. Like,
God, man.
pretty smart. Pretty smart.
As I've gotten older, it's just one of those things. Like I have had this pain in my shoulder, like in my like the right, like underneath the scapula, like just in the crease right there, and it just shoots up to my neck and like down into my back. It has been there for fucking weeks, and I can't get rid of it. And at this point, I'm just like, this is it. I'm here.
So you take your hand and you push. It kind of hurts a little bit, but you push in just above your collarbone until you feel like the attachment point where the rib is, and then you bend up. And what it's doing is it's pulling that muscle away, and then you do stretches pulling this all the way back. And a lot of that like tension is just all these muscles clumping up from stress and everything.
Yep.
So if you pull that away, they don't like yank on the nerve. Look at us go. Look, gaming podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways, so for your physical therapy needs,
Yeah.
like yeah, I do regular stretches because of my shoulders, because of just I'm always on a computer.
I'm just the because I sit and I drive so much, or I'm in a car, I'm like you do different places, and I get out of a car, and the first thing I'm doing is like bending over and like I'm walking properties and shit like that. Like I can just feel when like all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, my body's feeling tight. If I try to like, I'm like naturally in tune with knowing like that's the hey, take a break moment, because I know that if I just push it just a little bit farther, I'm gonna be fucking hurting for like 3 or 4 days after. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not even like, ooh, I'll just be sore in the morning. I'm just like, oh no, now I can't walk for like 2 or 3 days. A couple of weeks ago, I hurt my back
doing the podcast from that recliner behind you.
How are you today?
Microphone's turned all the way up and it's stretched way the fuck out.
Exactly. I've got it like on a cord. I'm just sitting back with it in my hand. Oh man. Oh, well, Steam summer sale's going on. You buy anything good?
Everybody got Need for Speed Heat.
Yeah. Weird.
And let me tell you, it's fun.
It was probably the better of the Need for Speeds that came out.
By itself, it's like meh.
Yeah.
Everybody in the group chat all doing races and all like fleeing from the cops. I would make it into a garage, and then like I'd pull up my map and like, Aaron, you have to take your next left. Then you have to jump across this bridge. I'm like guiding people. Cliff's like, help me. I'm like, Cliff, you're fucked. You got 5. I can see all the cop cars boxing me. I don't have time to even pretend to deal with you. Aaron, after this intersection, you're gonna make an immediate right. Like eye in the sky. God, it was fun. It had the same problem of World of Warships. The UI, we're back to UIs. The UI and the fact that we need to invite people via the EA launcher.
Oh God,
so garbage, dog shit. I hate you. I hope your whole company goes under.
Why is it that EA and Ubisoft have probably the worst launchers in existence, but every single one of their games has to run off of it?
I don't know. What's the point? I get it if we bought it via just the launcher.
Sure, totally understand.
If we're buying it through Steam, what is going on here? Why do we have to have a separate friends list that we all have to like, what's your name? Like, I didn't remember what my name was. It's so dumb.
The only thing I can think that would be
it's 2025. What are we doing?
The only thing I can think of that would be a positive of that is if say I bought it on Steam, you bought it on Epic, someone else bought it off of EA, someone bought it off of GOG or whatever it came out to. And so because those interfaces don't always work together, now you have one single launcher with your friends list and everybody can cross-play together without any issues. That would be the only thing that I could be a positive about. But there's still so many games that don't allow
to work.
Yes, that don't allow the cross-play still. So it's like, I don't know if that's even remotely the case anymore.
It's crossplay, so that does make sense. That being said, it's awful.
It is awful. Again, my whole thing is why does it have to be a launcher? Why can't it just be something that's integrated into the game itself?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's the extra step that I think we just don't need to take.
Like, God, what there's games that I'm thinking of where it has like separate friends list, and it says like, oh, this is your friend on like EA or whatever. This is your see, like it pulls it all up, and you can go through tabs.
Yep.
This having to, what is it? It's like Shift F1 to pull up their specific launcher thing to try to get that to the, like Will. It's always Will. Will had his launcher pulled up and everything like that, but because he didn't sign in a specific way, it listed him as offline. Couldn't figure out that he needed to go back into that launcher and then put that it's online just so that we can see him.
Got you.
It's,
Yep. Yep. That's another
garbage fucking humans.
That's another big one too. It's like, again, it's okay that the launchers exist, but then maybe set it up for, since our entire gaming runs off of fucking Steam. You know what I mean? Just why is there not just like an add-on or an API that they set up is like, if you invite your friend from Steam, it'll just automatically invite. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That being said, though, the game itself scratched exactly the itch.
Yeah.
You know, just
racing games are my jam.
Dude. 4 minutes in, I'm already looking at Amazon on how I can buy like the steering wheel setup and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun. And I can only imagine like on a game like Forza.
Yeah.
How much better it would be.
Oh God, for sure. For sure. Forza is a perfect example of like, I mean, when I got the Logitech wheel or whatever, and that was the first thing I did. I downloaded a fuck ton of games, a fuck ton of them, and I just like got them all set up. I downloaded Forza. I downloaded what's it called? Asto Costa or whatever the hell that like simulate like an actual real simulation racing game. That's when I was playing Need for Speed Unbound, and then I also had SnowRunner, and I was playing that. Oh my God, dude, the wheel changes the game. Like, first off, like playing racing.
Your wheel give like the feedback too.
Yeah. Full haptic.
Watching, of course, like I look up like how to do something. I got stuck on something in the game, so I look up, and then all of a sudden my like whole feed changes, and now I'm getting like those things where like the one where it's got like the intro to the like the Fast and Furious music. He's drinking a Corona. He sets it down. He reverses to do like a spin to restart the race and still beat everybody. Yeah. But you're watching the wheel like go back with his hands off. Yeah.
Oh, it's so sick. It's so sick. And like the feedback it's intense too, because it does like you can set the intensity level of it. So turn it up or turn it down. Like if you want no feedback, you can completely turn it off. And if you want heavy feedback, it actually feels. And like, you don't really think, because we drive cars all the time, but like none of us are like fucking whipping in and out. But there's a lot of tension in with like turning a wheel and stuff like that. That steering wheel will, like, every bump that you grab or whatever, it'll jerk you around, dude. Like, you have to like, where like you know, we drive with like one hand or whatever. When you play racing games with the intensity up, dude, it's 2-hand driving, dude, because like, your wheel will jerk and like your car will go everywhere. And it's so sick. When I was playing SnowRunner, and again, SnowRunner is not a racing game by any means. It's just a logging game. You know, you're just driving logging trucks through like mud and snow and shit, which I was highly addicted to. But that with the wheels and stuff, and like getting like hit a log or a rock or something when you're trying to like turn, and the whole wheel yanks and like the truck's tipping, you got to rank it back and try and get a wench onto a tree so you can pull yourself forward. And you just feel the whole thing jumping around. It's so surreal, man. It's amazing.
That's the immersion.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the immersion.
That
deep in it.
When I got the wheel, and that was around the same time we were playing Star Citizen, and we had the flight sticks. So you know what I mean? Like when you get to that point of actually using the peripherals that like enhance the game, that was when I was like, I need a fucking chair. I need the rig. I need like, if this game works in VR,
the screen that like.
Yeah, or
VR.
Because I watched a dude who was doing American Trucking Simulator. And he have you seen the one where the dude, it looks like the inside of a semi truck?
Yeah.
Like even like his shifter, he like set it up so it's like a fucking long stick. And then like he had it set up. I don't think he had VR, but he had it set up where Oh no, he just had multiple monitors all the way around. So he had 2 monitors for the front windshield. He had 2
One for the fucking window.
one for the
one
window, one for the other window, and then he had like these side cut one, like verticals that were his rear view mirrors. And so he was able to like look and see, and then like check his mirrors and stuff while he was like driving. And I was like, and like it's a whole thing, like his dash.
How much is that set up for like a truck simulator game?
Probably.
What are you doing?
Yeah, the truck simulator game cost him $20, you know, on sale, and then his whole rig, $3,000.
$3,000.
Yeah, dude.
Whole setup.
My favorite thing when I was watching him is the beginning of his videos. You know, he the doors open, so he had made doors, and the monitors are attached to the doors. So like he like comes in from the outside, opens the door, comes in, shuts it. Like you turn the key, which starts everything up, turns all the monitors and everything on. And like, you know, the game's running. He's got a mouse off to the side, like where his cup holder would be, so he can do all the mouse stuff. And then he has a keyboard that's like slipped underneath the desk that he can pull out to do whatever he's doing with the keyboard. Gets all set up. Like truck starts up, picks a job. Like he's sitting in the truck, you know, starts the truck again. Do. You hear it pop up, and he's got a little hula girl. He always just flicked the hula girl to start dancing, and then he just start driving. I'm like, dude, that's amazing, man. It's so sick.
So what you're saying is we don't need a working RV.
No, we just need
some shell of an RV.
Mm-hmm.
The front with that already has a steering wheel.
Yep.
Retrofit into a driving simulator.
Exactly.
Deal. The back where like a bed would be, rip it all the way out. That is now the cockpit of a spacecraft.
Well, I saw,
and then in the middle, just a lounge.
So I saw some dude. So you can buy on Amazon one of the. It's just like a frame for like a racing chair or whatever, and it's just like a normal like frame setup, and like it allows you to attach like the wheel and a seat and the pedals and stuff, and you could just screw all that stuff in. And then this guy went to a okay, pause. First off, what? Just start dipping, dude. Why Zins?
Listen.
No, listen. Step up.
That was too much. I was starting to.
Yeah, I know. You put 2 of them in. I was like, come on, man. Like those are Zins. That's the problem with Zins too, because you're like, oh, they didn't really hit, but I'm not really having to spit or whatever. Like you don't realize swallowing all that shit too is fucking ugh. Man, my gut sucks after I take a Zin. I'm like, ugh, I'd rather smoke cigarettes. Anyway. So I saw this guy. He gets this racing chair. Gets all of his stuff set up, and then he went to like a pick and pull, and like found car and like pulled the dash off of a pick and pull, and then like found a nice chair, like a racing chair or whatever, like a bucket seat, and then installed it on that. You could do all of it.
Has like his like in-dash CD player that feeds into the music.
That'd
be so sick.
Yeah, he had it set up where this was a while ago, but he had like an iPod set up, but he had like a touch screen thing that had it for, and his iPod would like, he'd click the iPod in, and then he could set up for the touchscreen for his music or whatever that he jammed to. He had like speakers set up for like where the doors were and everything. And then he just had this racing game, and his computer was on like underneath the dash of like where the passenger seat would be.
Yeah.
But he just had it all retrofitted to the thing. And it's like, you probably did it for nothing, you know, a couple $100 or whatever. See, and we talked about that before in another podcast. Like, if you had it, do you think you would game more? And you're like, nah, man, I'd never have the time or whatever. But it's like, if I had something like that, I think I would be more invested in continuing to play games like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, like if that's like your niche and you built that, yeah, I can see where you're like, it's the dream setup. Why would you not?
Yeah.
That being said, I feel like if you're investing that much time into it, you're probably more into you're probably like a normal job isn't like your normal job. You're probably is becoming part of your
you're
job.
A streamer,
the content creation and everything into that.
Yeah.
You're a streamer, or you're just putting videos, and you're like, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're not wrong about that. That is
you're not doing my job. You're not, you know. If anything, you might have like a minimum wage job that like you work like 3 days a week just to supplement your income. But betting that the base income is coming from like the content creation side, you know?
True. Yeah. You're living off of ad revenue,
Like,
or you're like a day trader, or like you work from home already, where like your job is like so remote that you're not highly focused on doing. You can do your job at any hour of the day. You know what I mean? So you'll stream, you know, 6 hours during the day and then get off and then go work your fucking IT job or whatever it comes out to. You know, stuff like that. Something that
doing Zoom calls from that for work. It's my only setup, guys. I hope we're all cool with this.
I'm sorry, guys. Hey, look, I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm driving right now. You know what I mean?
Like that guy during COVID who was like, he'd be like jet skiing or something like that.
It's like a greens
that was holding the green screen behind him. No, tough day at the office. And water's hitting him in the face.
Oh my god. I would pay money for stuff like that. I don't have money for it, but I would. And I think you're right about the niche idea, but it would also be like, I think my scope of games has gotten too big, right? Too broad, because I've gotten to the point now where, like, always, I'm a psychopath
about always been. I remember coming over to your house and I think you had like WoW on your computer, and your PlayStation would be right next to it, and you'd be playing a game on your PlayStation, and then pause the PlayStation to then get into the computer while you had something else on another monitor. Like, it was like, how do you even fucking keep the mental focus? It's impressive.
I still do it to this.
Psychopath.
We were doing it yesterday or the other day when we were playing Vellum on Friday. We were playing Vellum, and in between rounds, I had I got that cozy game, the fishing cozy game or whatever, and I was doing that, and they're like, "Hey, Trevor, can you push it?" I was like, "Oh, sorry guys, hold on, I'm coming right back." Like, just playing 2 games at one time, because it's the only way, like, mentally I can keep up with it. You know what I mean? Like, his games I just get bored with games. That's the ADHD. You know what I mean? Like, I just get bored with games so quickly. That's why I think roguelites are so entertaining to me. Because, like, I can get a run going that's dope and go back to do it again and just have the worst luck getting all the items and then just fucking struggle with, like, the resets. They're my instant gratification TikToks, you know what I mean? I can just play and be done and then go back and hit them again. Like, I've been playing Brotato a lot.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I didn't even realize it. I put in, like, 21 hours in Brotato, and I was like, oh, I should probably find something else to play.
I should probably take a shower.
Yeah. Not in one sitting, but I mean, just like consecutively.
Oh. You just look out. Has the sun gone down twice now?
Yes, exactly. I miss those days. Oh, dude, I that's what I want. I want a 1-day gaming session where, like, I wake up at 8 a.m. and then I'm like, oh fuck, it's 5 a.m. You know what I mean? I've been living up. What game has taken me there? I don't think it's a game that's taken me there. Well, recently, I think the last time,
tomorrow, like, say you're doing it tomorrow. What are you gonna play that's gonna take you all the way there?
Nothing currently. Yeah, dude, nothing currently. I was thinking maybe like Gamma Mod on Stalker, or maybe if I got into a really good session of like Marvel Rivals, or if it was the first time I had ever played Skyrim, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, a game like that could totally keep me entertained for hours, especially something like Skyrim, you know. That would be one that just gets me locked in.
They just need to re-release it one more time, I'm telling you.
I mean, at this point, go backwards. Get a Morrowind out there.
Yeah. Well, I think we've already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be weird.
That was a problem with Oblivion. Oblivion was dope. Remastered Oblivion, so good. So good. But the whole time I was playing it, I have played it for 20 years. You know? So it was like, whatever.
The first few hours are like, oh, this is sick. And then after a while, you're like, all right, I already know where this goes. Yep. It all starts coming back.
So I'm just trying to think of like games that are even in my library right now. What do I even have downloaded? Oh, dude, fucking 7 Days to Die just came out with a new update, like a huge update. It's like introduces like weather and like crazy things for day and night cycles, new zombies, new POIs and everything. And I was so excited. I haven't really been playing 7 days at all or recording 7 days because I just haven't had opportunity. And I got really excited for this new update, really pumped about it. And every single person is like, this one needs to cook a bit. Like, this is not good. I'm like, oh man, that feels bad. Me and Christine are playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the Xbox, you know, starting that over again. That one was one where I think like that's one of those ones where all of a sudden you don't realize it and you put in like 4 hours. You've done like 35 minutes of anything, but like you put in like 4 hours, you know?
Yeah. I've been trying to play that with Janica on the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And even for somebody who plays games, it was a little bit of a learning curve to like that style of play. And then taking somebody who doesn't play at all and like, trying to explain everything, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
So
no, you can't do that one anymore until we go camp.
Yep. Like, there was that, and then I realized I got way too nerdy D&D. And I was like, okay, so like I was explaining stuff and I was like, this is like, you know, so this damage here will do like a 2d6, like blah, blah, blah. And she was just staring at me like, what does this fucking matter? I just want to go kill shit. And I'm like, gotcha. All right. I'm trying to explain, but I know I'm just being the nerd right now. This isn't helpful. Just click here, do this, and we can get on with our day. Yeah. I had Asterion eat her at the camp in Act 1, you know, where he feeds for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh, fuck, let's kick him out of the party right now. No, Astarion's cool. We got to keep him. She's like, I don't want him. You can keep him in your side of the party then.
Janica was, first she was like, I was like, okay, we gotta make everyone naked. She's like, what are you doing? Be naked in camp. She's like, why? I was like, I don't know, because it's funnier. She's like, I don't like this. What? All right, fine, whatever. And then I'm like, hey, go talk to Gail. Go talk to Gail. Somehow Gail wasn't even interested in her.
That's right. You were talking about. That's right. You were telling me.
What's this? I go over to Shadowheart. She's like, I don't like this. What? It's a game. She's like, I don't like how happy you are about it.
Yeah, the same conversation.
Shadowheart's my girl.
You're not allowed to talk to any of the girls in the game. What? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a game. It's just a game.
Better hold that same energy when I try to fuck this dude.
Yeah, exactly right. We're getting healthy today. I also went back to Baldur's Gate now. Like we've been playing it, and I'm just realizing, man, that is just a good fucking game. There's just it's so good. I will say, playing on the controller though, am I just retarded nowadays? Is it just anything that comes with a controller? I'm struggling playing on a controller.
No, just trying to select spells, trying to go through your
inventory, dude, right?
Trying to do anything.
I feel weird doing it. I looked for 20 minutes on how to open up the character inventory.
Yeah.
Could not find it to save my fucking life. I tried playing Marvel Rivals on Xbox, you know, just to like pass the time or whatever. And I just realized I can't play shooters on controller anymore.
I can't play anything on controller anymore.
I have peaked when it comes to that. Unless it's like a third-person hack and slash or something like that. You know what I mean? Those are pretty, like Dark Souls.
Even then.
Dark Souls or Elden Ring I played on controller. You know what I mean? Like, that makes sense. I don't think that that's a game designed for keyboard.
No, that might be the one caveat to it. Everything else, it's like,
racing games is another one. If I'm not using the wheel, I'm not using a keyboard for a racing game.
I've been using a keyboard.
Yeah, no, controller for sure. You know?
It's weird. I was trying to figure out how to honk, and Cliff's like, I don't know, try H. I press H. Okay, yep, that's honk.
Yeah.
So the controls are all over the place.
Yeah, man.
Like the manual gearbox, like I'm looking with like left, right, up, down. I'm driving and steering with WASD. The gearbox is over like O and L. Like all sorts of like weird stuff like that.
Because racing games are not designed for your hand on the mouse. Racing games are designed for both hands on the keyboard.
I was trying to like, look around with nothing.
Yeah, which is weird. I played Forza. My controller had broke or whatever, and I was playing Forza at the time, and I didn't want to set up the wheel, so I was on the keyboard, and Forza's a 2-hand keyboard play. And I just got to the point where I was like, this is great. I'd rather not play the racing game than play it with a keyboard, you know?
Yeah.
I want to play Death Stranding.
I do too.
Like, really want to. Maybe that we make a weekend. Like,
People are saying game of the year.
I hope so. I also, it's like Miyazaki and the Souls games is Kojima and anything that Kojima does. You know what I mean? Like any of those games come out, they're just instantly hits. But I don't know if it's because it's just Kojima.
If it's the cult following.
Exactly.
Or if the game's actually that good.
I guarantee it's good. Like Death Stranding 1 was fucking
good, or is it good and Kojima made it?
Exactly, right? Because my whole thing is like we came off of the high of like Metal Gear Solid 5. And like a lot of people weren't a big fan of Metal Gear Solid. They were a fan of it, but like story-wise, gameplay-wise, they were like, yeah, it's fine. You know, what's his name? David Hayter, who used to voice Snake or whatever. They swapped him for Kiefer Sutherland for that game. There was a lot of like backlash on all that. And so the game just kind of, it hit, but it didn't hit the same way it should have. And so I think there was a lot of like negativity off of that. And then you came out with Death Stranding and everybody was so pumped about it because now all of a sudden Death Stranding is like a spectacle, right? Like it's a cinematic art piece and it's this beautiful expanse game. And when you get a BT that shows up and like the whale BT and like the whole ground around you becomes this fucking toxic black sludge and this giant whale thing jumps out of it in the sky and it's got this gold and all this stuff and you're watching all these BTs fall off the side of it and you're looking at it like, oh my God, what am I watching right now? And then you realize the game is just a fucking walking simulator. Pick up a package, walk and deliver package. Pick up a new package, walk and deliver other package. That's it. If you played online, the more that the community around you did stuff, the world would open up. It was about reconnecting America type of thing, right? So if you played with the online capability running, the more people that would travel a specific path, you would see other people's ladders or ropes, and it would help you like traverse areas. And then as more time went on, then there was like, okay, this footpath that everybody uses, now people have started taking vehicles there. Now those vehicles have started to develop, like they would smush the ground out and now roads would start to pop up. And now the same travel time would be a road. And it was super sick. But it was also one of those things where if you came in late to playing Death Stranding,
you missed it.
You missed that. You missed the initial like bump of that, everything becoming new or whatever it is. And so like when Death Stranding 1 first came out, it was so cool to see like someone with a ladder and be like, oh, maybe he found a shortcut, take the ladder up or whatever. And then you get to the top and you give someone a thumbs up, or you go back down and you put your marker down at the bottom and say this way good, give it a thumbs up. And then people would do it and you go through it. And then a couple months down the road, pop back into the game. And all of a sudden you see that there's like stairwells and these roads and all this stuff. And it's like, that's so sick. But I could only imagine coming into that game like a year later or online and everything already being done. It's like, well, now it's literally just a walking simulator. There's not shit to do in that game, you know? And so the only positive that I like about Death Stranding 2 is that they've rehauled a bit of the combat and they put a little bit more emphasis into it and a little bit more stealthiness and more stuff to do. So it doesn't feel so much like just a delivery game, even though that's all it is. You're just delivering shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
Are you? You try not to vomit from the Zins.
No, they're out. I'm thinking like getting Death Stranding. You come out, we play the game, fucking treat it like it's fucking high school again. We're all just fucking sitting on the couch, watch Borderlands, fucking you know, like knock out a bunch of stuff.
See, that would be a nice, easy, relaxing day of just like we were talking about, from morning to night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll take it back to '07. Okay. We'll live off of Mountain Dew, pizzas, and cocaine, and we'll just game for 24 hours.
It's got to be like Pizza Plus though. Is Pizza Plus still a thing?
What is Pizza Plus?
In Placerville, they used to do that. Well, they used to do like the pizzas for like their pizzas and their like crazy breadsticks or whatever.
Oh,
Like on special days, they would be like, instead of the cafeteria food, they'd have like Pizza Plus was there.
got you. Yeah.
I'm like looking for like throwback nostalgia. Like if we're really sinking it back.
If we're throwback nostalgia, let's find a place that does like the XXL size pizzas, the ones where like you have to have a like a pickup truck,
like the
or
mountain mics, like
yeah, yes,
the box doesn't fit anywhere.
Exactly,
sideways to get through a door.
Exactly, yes, one of those.
And it has to sit out all day. We have to order it at 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
By the time it's dinner time, like it's already congealed.
Yeah,
top.
And you've already only cleared like maybe an eighth of the pizza. And you've been eating it all fucking day too.
You pick up the box and it's just oil.
Yeah. Whatever countertop or whatever it's on is like stuck to the bottom of it. You know, it's like, oh my god. See, fucking. That would be the event. That's what we would take some PTO. So I don't want to waste a weekend on it. You know, take like a Thursday, Friday or something, and then just fucking clear it out.
Speaking
degenerates. One day of degeneracy.
Like that. God, what would be more acceptable? Like going in and telling your boss, like, hey, I need like 2 days off, and it's like, what are you doing? We're gonna go to Vegas and just get fucked up. Or telling them, me and a buddy are just gonna eat pizza and just play video games and I just watch like the look in their face, like, oh, like I'd rather you go to Vegas and just be a complete degenerate. What is this?
Well, I mean, I feel like as an adult, like there's some things that are just normal, right? I'm gonna go to Vegas. I'm taking a trip to Mexico or something like that. That just seems like a normal thing.
Yeah.
If you tell someone as a 36-year-old man that
I'm
gonna stay home and smell like asshole for 24 hours because I'm just gonna game until I like have to stand up because like I'm
gonna wear one pair of sweatpants and not get up until the crotch has just like rotted out.
Oh yeah. Or you stand up and it's like someone fucking, you know, you starched it. It just doesn't move.
Just fucking farts.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't think I could tell my boss that. If I had that conversation with my boss, like, yeah, I'm taking a couple days off because I'm going to play video games nonstop, I think he would shun me, potentially fire me.
Yeah.
But I don't lie. I tell him the truth. Yeah, fucking doing a gaming marathon. Although there is, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it at your location just because of the internet situation, but a LAN party would be fucking cool. Like an old school, networked in, playing Counter-Strike, PUBG.
We could do, okay, so I sent you the thing of those things. Everybody just needs to, like, that PC case that flips down. We could totally do it at my place.
We could, yeah.
Everybody just needs to take, like, their old computer and just put all the parts into that thing. Put them all around the table. In the middle of the table is just like a splitter that all like the cables go into and feed into each other. And just all around there, everybody headphones on. Just
see that's also the problem with new age video games is that there's nothing.
None of them have like the LAN.
No, man, there's no way to really LAN up anymore. There are some games that do it, but they're usually
we're all gonna go on eBay. We're gonna buy refurbished Xboxes.
Oh,
Halo 2.
Okay.
Everybody has to bring their own tube TV. That's probably gonna be the hardest part.
Oh yeah, tube TV was almost impossible nowadays.
Yeah. If anything, like a tube TV is like you're like one of those rich like hipsters.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I found this. Oh,
also, that as much as that sounds amazing, do you remember how fucking heavy those things are?
Yeah.
Oh man,
a 20
yeah, it's just like
was a good 60 pounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man.
God, I remember. I don't know who had it. But I remember like there being a LAN party. It's like this one goes in the living room. I think it was Tim himself.
Mm.
We had like a big like Halo LAN party, and like it was always upstairs in his room. But because he was hosting, like he's like, I'm gonna take the like there was like LAN cables
Yep.
going out the window. There was
Yep.
people playing like just in the yard and stuff like that, and moving his downstairs. It was like a 42-inch. It took 2 people, and every time there's no like where to hold.
Yep.
Yeah,
because
it's a tube TV. It's all smooth on the back, so you're kind of holding on to the
Oh
back.
God, man. Do you remember moving that big ass tube TV I had, the 48 or 50-inch that I had when I moved up from the Bay Area or whatever? That big fucking one that was like, it was so heavy and so old, like we had moved it so many times, the plastic was starting to like separate from it. So like you pick it up and you hear it like creak, and it's like, dude, this is the time it's just gonna fall apart on us.
And weren't those like dangerous? Like if you dropped one, wouldn't it like discharge like a
oh yeah, yeah. It was like
your wrist.
Yeah, dude. You just kept a mini nuke in your house, basically.
God, take me back.
The old school days, man. I mean, again, there's so many things I look back at like nostalgia points. Some of those things I'm okay with not going back over. I love the idea that now that when I need to move a 75-inch TV, I can still do it by myself. You know what I mean? Like
the hardest part is just getting like
your arm. Yeah, exactly, because it's so wide.
It's fucking like the TV out in the living room is I think like 98 inches or something like that. It's maybe 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Like
light work.
Picking it up, you're like, oh, easy.
Also getting to the stage now where like if you have a wall that's big enough, and I don't know why we haven't transitioned into this because it's gotten so much better, just get a fucking projector. They have like 8K projector. They're expensive, but it's also like it's a box this big that will fit anything. And now that they have it like 8K and stuff like that, like the quality on them are like really, really good.
I think you need like the right light settings too, though.
I mean, yeah, sure, because you're not getting any of the light
like from my living room where it's all windows right there. I think a good amount of it would be washed out. It'd be annoying because like probably like one like diagonal half of it would be okay because there's less light, but then the other like bottom corner would be like kind of like washed out.
They have these the screens now that you have like there's an LED backing on the screens, or not an LED backing, but some like reflector or something. So like it captures the light. So when the projector hits it, you get a clearer look. And like they're designed specifically like 4K and stuff like that. So it's like because you're not just tacking up bed sheets anymore. Like we're moving. If you're gonna spend $3,000 on a projector, you're gonna spend $200 on a nice projector screen.
Yeah, I knew that. I was thinking of like the pull down like Vista
yes.
Elementary school. You pull it down. It is just a rolled up bed sheet.
Yeah, it's exactly right, man. Oh my god, what was that? Oh, do they still do projectors? Like, remember the glass projector things? And all the teachers
had?
Yeah, that I had when I was doing the art stuff. Remember?
Yeah.
And like all the teachers would have those like transparent like sheets or whatever.
Transparent film sheets that they write like 2 + 2 is 4. Fuck, that was high tech.
Dude, that was
wild back in the day.
And you always knew you had that one day in class and like teacher didn't show up and someone came pushing in like the cart with the fucking VHS player on it. It was like, dude, we're jamming today, man. No one's doing nothing. Yeah. See, does that stuff even exist anymore?
Probably not.
We should talk to Cliff. He probably knows everything about the elementary schools.
Yeah.
See if they still do that in schools.
God, it can't hold the same magic though.
No.
You know, like hearing, like you hear the cart like before it even hits the door to open. You hear that fucking like the rattling and stuff. Sometimes it goes by
you. Yeah,
you're like, fucking come on.
And you knew it too. You knew it was coming. You heard it. And you're like, is it coming for us? The door opens. And then no one came in right off the bat because they're trying to like maneuver it to push the door to get it inside. Oh man.
God. And nobody's ever gonna like I remember, what was it? It wasn't Yearbook, but it was with Dave Myers. And Dave Myers, like was super quick about it, and he swapped the VHS for like a porn. Like the teacher wasn't paying attention. He swapped it. The teacher puts it on, presses play, and this girl's just getting butt fucked. And just, he starts laughing, everybody starts laughing, and the teacher's like, "What the fuck? What?" Like, losing her fucking mind. Like you're not gonna get that now.
No, there's no
secure connection to like a laptop.
Yeah,
projector.
exactly, man. Oh god, the good old days of pranking teachers. Like that's just something that like won't exist anymore. Oh man, I had a Spanish teacher in high school that we used to do. She would bring in movies, for like Spanish class or whatever. We saw Finding Nemo in Spanish. We saw Lilo and Stitch in Spanish, like things like that, because it was easy to follow along with. Her whole thing was like everybody has probably seen these kids movies and it's easy to follow along because you already know the story. So then watching them in Spanish will help you to understand like the context of conversations and things. It was like a really smart idea. But this bitch had laser discs. So she had fucking Finding Nemo on a laser disc that was like the size of a vinyl. And I was like, what in the hell? She's like, yeah, this is what I bought. And like, this is what I use. I'm like, lady, like we're already well past, we're into the age of like the HD and Blu-ray, like starting to become a thing. You know what I mean? Like, why are we rocking laser discs? You can go to Walmart and buy a $20
DVD. 1080p.
Yeah, exactly. Go to Walmart and spend $20 on a DVD player and $5 in the mixed DVD bin. Yeah, exactly. And we get the same effect.
They probably don't even have those anymore, huh?
Laser
those bins full of DVDs.
Oh, not that I have seen. But also because everything has gone digital, the actual physical media section of like Walmart's, Targets, like places like that, they just don't exist. They're a single aisle and they're probably half filled.
Yeah.
Even gaming sections are like tiny. Like in Walmart, or not Walmart. Was it Walmart? Might have been Walmart. PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch were all
just one
in one aisle, but not even the full aisle. It was like maybe more than half the aisle. And like it's the same thing going to a GameStop. Do you remember the Placerville GameStop when I managed it? How we used to have all the bins with games that we had the games bin set up for 25 and under, 10 and under for both the Xbox and the PlayStation, and we just had piles and piles of fucking games. Those don't exist in GameStop anymore. Their used like game section is usually like one or two racks, because nobody does trade-ins anymore. And then
dude, I got it.
Huh?
We were talking about it. Remember, it used to be like Tower, then it turned into Dimple and Folsom.
Yeah. Dimple Records.
There's still kind of a place.
There's a Dimple Records in Arden still.
Is there?
Yeah, unless it got shut down. I'm almost positive Dimple Record is still there.
I miss that shit. I just started thinking of like all the bargain, all the, like the aisles, aisles, the fucking whole like library cases of just alphabetical DVDs and
yep.
God, I miss that.
Oh man. Oh,
fucking kids! You ruined it.
You ruined everything going digital. You iPad fucks. It was going in, and the sections and the rows sectioned off alphabetically, and so you knew like you would like go through things and you got to B, and then you were like, oh, okay, what's in B section? It was the same thing with like comics or just games in general. Man, one of the things I hated, but now looking back on, I miss, was alphabetizing GameStop. I fucking used to love to alphabetize GameStop, and that was back when we were every day. So you go in and it was like, oh, it's not AC, it's AB, and then you have to swap things around and like readjust. But like all the used games that we would have and like go through and organize all of them, and then we would do that for our bargain bins when we had the $25 and the $10 bargain bins. We would alphabetize all the bargain bins and everything like every morning. Oh my god! And it was so sick. Like it was so sick to just come in and just have people shop in an orderly fashion. You know what I mean?
In an orderly fashion,
dude. GameStop was a highlight of my life, and it was a terrible fucking place to work.
God, What a moment in time, though. Right.
That was like
They closed that GameStop.
Did they really?
Yeah.
The one in Placerville?
I was driving through. Yeah. I was driving through because sometimes like I come up like Green Valley and just
Yeah.
wait until I hit Missouri Flat. And I was like, I just want to see what they have. You know, I just want to see like what games or whatever closed. I turned in there and I was like, oh no.
There's
nothing.
There's nothing there.
Look what happens when you leave.
Man, yeah. That's another kicker, is going back to where like your childhood was or whatever, and trying to like
no Quiznos,
oh
GameStop,
man.
no fucking
no Taco Del Mar.
Taco Del Mar.
God,
yeah.
Man. Oh, that was the high life. Cheese quesadillas and their guacamole.
No Jamba Juice.
What?
That's empty too. That whole parking lot is TJ Maxx, Safeway, Verizon,
Round Table.
Chipotle. Round Table's still there.
Mm-hmm.
AAA.
Mm-hmm. The gas station.
Everything else besides that Starbucks is now like a dentist office.
Oh, dude, weird. Yeah. Starbucks is still there?
Starbucks is still there. I know, the one that we didn't want to survive.
You know, and then randomly, well, I guess it makes sense with like dentist office and shit like that, but like the random on the other side, like when you first come down the road before you make the right to go over to the Round Table and where GameStop was, on the left hand side there's like a fucking spa place or like a place that sold like hot tubs.
I think that's still there.
Is it still there? It's like the only place.
There's that, and there's like a sourdough San Francisco sourdough company or
really
something like that. That like sandwich shop.
So is there any GameStop in Placerville at all?
No.
So the closest one is what? Folsom?
I think there's one in Cameron Park.
Oh, really?
I think so.
GameStops are weird, man. I went into a GameStop not too long ago. It doesn't hit the same anymore.
It's really not even like games anymore.
No. It's really not. You know? Yeah, it's
like Funko Pops and collectibles and like things that are like game adjacent.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah. The new game, used game sections are almost non-existent because nobody trades in anything anymore because it's all digital. They have a lot of like it's a good place to go when you break your controller or you need a new battery or a cable or something like that. You know, that they have it. And then you talk to the people there and you know they're gamers, but it's also starting to become the generation of, because it's retail and so it's, you know, still low minimum wage or whatever. You're starting to talk to the kids that know how to floss that are selling you video games, you know?
Yeah, Folsom is the next.
Yeah, I told you.
Next closest GameStop.
Yeah, the one over by BJ's or wherever. Or Buffalo Wild Wings, yeah. And you don't even own your games anymore. You know? I got 1,500 games on my Steam library. Don't own a single one.
It'll all go away tomorrow.
The day Gabe dies is the day us as gamers have to really, really be worried.
Who?
Gabe Newell, the CEO of Steam, Valve.
Oh.
He's an old dude now. He's a hardcore gamer. He's like a religious hardcore gamer. Still plays Dota 2. Like he's like a big, he is the gaming messiah pretty much. And the day he goes, man, his son will probably take over it, and who knows?
It'll be like fucking Ready Player One when he dies.
Yeah. That's exactly.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, I could totally see him being Ready Player One.
How do we advertise more?
It's exactly right. Well, and that was his whole thing. Like his whole thing is like, I don't do anything. I haven't changed our business model. I haven't tried to fix anything. And all the competition comes in. He was talking about it with Epic, and he's like, you know, I'm really happy that Epic's trying to do this. So, you know, keep up with it. And everybody else around him was like, our whole business model is let the competition shoot themselves in the foot. We just still reap all the rewards. It's like,
yeah,
and they're worth
just making us look better.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
Fuck up you do is good for me.
It feels bad because again, like with everything, he's the one person stopping all the bullshit from entering into Steam. But once it's all gone, who knows, man? You got to have a real diehard person behind the wheel. And if his son isn't it, ooh man, you could see things going differently. And then how do we go as gamers after that? Once, let's just say Steam, we wake up tomorrow and Steam is gone.
That's that you've already peaked. Back in my day, Steam, you could actually play games. You couldn't just rent them by the hour.
Yeah, dude. Or it goes full mobile, where even though you bought the game, because you're like using Steam or whatever, you have to pay a subscription to Steam so you can get rid of the ads.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Can you imagine? And they don't even do ads in like a normal way. Middle of like, playing Elden Ring, coming up on a missed gate, and it just takes up 93% of your screen. You can still see everything.
Yeah, you're still playing in the back. Yeah.
It's still going. No. Pay $5.99 to skip ad.
Or so Twitch was doing that for a while, and that was the thing that started irritating the fuck out of me with Twitch. You'd pay your subscription or whatever, but you'd still get ads, or like channels would have it set up to just run ads, and it used to irritate me like watching the doc or like Nick Merckx or whatever, and like in like there it's one in like there's like 3 people at the end of a BR match. And everything is like you watch the entire BR match.
Pictures hella
yeah,
small.
and the picture super small. You lose all the audio. You're watching some advertisement for Colgate, and then when it comes back, they've won the fight or lost the fight, and you missed all of it. And it's like, what is going on? What is going on? And that's what made me stop watching Twitch, or at least live, because I was sick of it. I got sick of missing things.
Yeah. God, Twitch. All of it.
Tim the Tap Man was saying something. He was talking about how he's like it's really weird, like all the OG streamers and stuff like that, like nobody's really streaming anymore. Like everybody's like gone to this IRL thing, and just
Twitch itself is like all the creators are like trying to get out of their partner contracts and stuff like that, because the partner contract basically like locks them in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you basically you sign for us, we're giving you more of this. But Twitch's ad revenue is like dropped so significantly that everybody's trying to get out of it so they can multi-stream. And now they're multi-streaming on, Kick, YouTube,
Yep.
TikTok,
Yep.
everything all at once.
Yep.
And really, it's like they're probably making peanuts compared to what they're doing with the clips that they get from it, and then putting it on YouTube.
See, and that
just getting those shorts and getting the videos and everything like
that's a big one that I've seen specifically. Somebody was talking about, somebody I was watching, it was a Final Fantasy streamer, was it Wrath or something? I don't remember who it was. But they were saying like I stream on both YouTube and I stream on Twitch at the same exact time. And then I just have 2 chats up for whoever's doing it. So he's like, we have our YouTube people and we have our Twitch people. He's like, but I do this because then I can just upload the full VOD straight from YouTube onto the channel. And then I can go back in and clip certain things from the VOD to make shorts out of it and then upload it that way. And he's like, and 90% of the work's already done for me. And it's like, yeah, it's fucking smart,
Especially with like, they've come a long ways. I'm sure YouTube has the same thing, but Twitch has like a thing where you can go through your VOD and it's like, okay, I'm going to export this for a vertical format.
Yep.
It's going to like, you select the box that's like over you so that your head's like at the top or at the bottom. And then like, you're like, what you're actually trying to see, they like crop it and everything for you and export it as a whole video.
Yep.
Wild.
Yeah, it is wild. But it is also wild that it's wild that Twitch allows that to happen when immediately it's uploaded onto their competitor site. Yeah, but
immediately taken from them.
It either goes to Instagram, TikTok.
It's keeping them alive.
Yeah.
If there was support on other platforms, it's already gone.
Yeah, seriously. And like I've been on Kick and I'm just like, nobody's on this. And now like Twitch also has it set up where like certain web browsers don't work. Like Twitch won't work with Brave. Like you have to turn all your Brave stuff off for Twitch to work. Like it's just very like,
what are you doing, step bro?
Yeah. And it's just gotten to the point where and then I just started thinking about it. It's like, I don't actually enjoy watching people play video games like that anymore. I like watching YouTube videos or whatever, maybe just because I'm old, but like live streaming just does not entertain me the way it used to.
Yeah.
I get more entertainment out of
I'll
watching.
watch Rye
Mm,
or like somebody I know.
that's different. That's different.
That's yeah, oh yeah.
That's us
Randoms,
watching friends in Discord play video games. You know what I mean? Like that's, you know.
yeah. Randoms, not really. Like there's people that like we used to like like raid to each other and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And every now and then I'll be, it's usually like when everybody else goes to sleep and I've had a few and I'm not ready to go to bed yet. I'll like linger in like some things. I'll just like say hi, but like there's not much you're gonna do to get me to watch more than 10 minutes.
No, yeah.
On to the next one, or it's on and I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
It's like on, I'm not paying attention.
Well, I was thinking about this too, especially with some streams. Like Burnt Peanut is a perfect example of watching his live stream is just fucking chaos. It's like someone with a cowbell just ringing it in your ear as there's just autistic screeching on the side. Like you just have
even more impressive that he even gets clips.
Well, and that's the thing.
He actually even makes content
Holy,
amidst all that.
I fucking hate how streamers do this thing where like they let an AI read out the chat online, but then have everything open so people are just donating and reading fucking dumb things, and it's just 45 minutes. Like you can't hear what he's saying, you can't hear the game. It's just dumb shit coming from chat. And it's like, what is happening? And then the thing is like I go to his live stuff and I'm like, I can't. This is toxic. But I will scroll all goddamn day on his TikTok and watch all the clips he comes on. He's hysterical.
One of my favorite guys actually to watch on Twitch is Pay Money Wubby, and he does like he does like some games, but most of it is like he's opening magic cards, and like he does like the big, like he spends like, he's got to have like a backer or something. He spends like $55,000 on like an original like alpha box. And he's like, okay, we're gonna open a pack. And it gets, he's all, this could be the rare. Okay, he sets him aside. He goes, and then like right as he's flipping it, somebody pays Gorilla Penis, like something stupid like that. He's like, fuck you! Like he gets so like it fucks up the clip.
Yeah,
the big clip is now just like somebody screaming like Gorilla Penis, but like chat just like lives for like ruining his moments. Oh, I love it.
See, if you have a good community, I think it's a completely different thing. You know what I mean? Like I like watching some streamers for their community and what their community does. I hate
just like riffing back and forth.
Exactly. Some of the funnier stuff for live streaming that I've watched recently has been VR stuff. Because like I feel like that's where things get really weird and out there, and it's like comical in its own right, but it's just like uncharted territory.
Allergies.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta get into VR chat.
I know.
I tried.
I've tried. Yeah.
I didn't know. First off, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I don't know how to like get to different places and stuff. And I was going in this place. It was like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a room. Like I was in a room, and random people would like come. It was like almost like chat roulette.
Okay.
Like people would pop up.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Who are you?" And I'd be like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how this works. And they're like, and they like leave. And there's this one guy who I don't know where, because I felt like I was stuck in the room. But this guy was like dressed up like his avatar was like a small gecko.
And
like he came in, he's all, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then I thought he left, but apparently he just went like to the other room.
Oh, okay.
Somebody came in and she's like, why do you sound so old? And I was like, because I'm 36. She's like, ew, pedophile. She's like, pedophile. And then out of nowhere, the gecko cat comes back. He's all, who's a pedophile? I was like, where the fuck did you come from? He's like, I've been here this whole time. And I was like, what? And he's all, who's a pedophile? I was like, that girl called me a pedophile. He's like, you do sound pretty old to be in VR chat. I was like, I just want to see what it was like. And he's like, okay, well, you probably shouldn't be in this one. What you should do, you should go to this one. This one gets really, really weird. So I was like, okay. So I went to that one, because he promised me there was going to be some weird fucking people there. But then I couldn't get in. Like I figured out like how it took me like an hour to figure out how to get through like a certain gate or something through a hub. And I went in there, and you had to like verify your age to get in. And I don't know how people were doing that. And I was in line. I was like trying to like figure out like people that are like, oh, you're not 18. And they kick them. And they're all, you show us your ID. And I was like, but I'm holding up nothing.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, no, show us your ID. Quit stalling. I was like, I don't know how to do this. They're like, he's not 18. I was like, listen to my voice. Listen to my voice.
Yeah.
They ended up taking me. I don't understand it. I just want to get in there.
Yeah, I want to be.
I just want to experience like the weirdness.
I don't want to necessarily be the weirdness. I want the fly on the wall effect. I just want to. I want to wander
and then
and
I
just
want to antagonize. I want to be like, all right,
yeah.
All right, my time here is about done. I'm ready to start like annoying people.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah. I saw one. I was watching some clip of something. Some guy was sitting there, and like, someone was like in like a furry dog outfit, and he was just sitting there growling at him. And he's like, "How old are you?" And the guy's like, "What do you care?" He's like, "No, I'm just wondering how old are you?" And he's like, "I'm 29 or 31 or 30 or something like that." He's like, "You're a grown ass man growling at me." It's like, oh Christ! All right, let's wrap this up.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I want to go back, man. I want COVID 2.0. I think that was so I was thinking about this. 2020 was like the best time to be a gamer as an adult because we all had money, we all had time, and we just fucking
just the time.
Just the time, dude. That's what I need. I just need time. I need time. I need to win the lottery. Start selling my butthole again. Just something. Make money so I don't have to work full like every single day. Just get time.
Yeah.
I'll start my breathing exercises.
For your butthole?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, we're out of here. Enjoy your week. Be kind. See you later. Bye-bye.